So I got a review for y'all today. This is the NIV Interlinear Hebrew English Old Testament, put together by Kohlenberger, 4 volumes in one, from Genesis to Malachi. Publishers are Zondervan and Regency, which I never even heard of Regency until recently. But anyway, so this is a big hardcover, and I found it at a local used bookstore, McKay's, for only $12 now. If you look online, this book might be higher. I don't know if the price went down, but this is one of the only Old Testament Hebrew English interlinears that has 4 volumes in one. Because you can look, and they got interlinears, but some of them come with like 2 to 3, 4 books, maybe even 5, just to get the whole Old Testament, not even the New Testament. And I don't like all the books. I mean, if you got to get it, you got to get it. But if I can get it all in one, yeah, give me that. So this is all in one. So we're at Judges, and I'm going to show you some things I don't like and some things I do like. So at the tops of the pages, at the bottoms of the pages, in the left, and the right, and in the middle of the pages is positives and negatives for me. So at the top and bottom, you got space to write in your notes, cross-references, or anything you find valuable. But in the middle and on the left and on the right, you hardly have any space to do any of that. So I'm not a fan of some of it. But this is what the pages look like. So you have the Hebrew at the top, the English under it, no strong numbers. And on each page you have the English only of just the verse. So I'm going to read Judges 18:30. And we're going to also get to look at it from the Hebrew, and I'll explain more on that in just a moment. So I'm going to read verse 30 in Judges 18. So it says, "There the Danites set up for themselves the idols, and Jonathan, son of Gershom, the son of Moses, and his sons were priests for the tribe of Dan until the time of the captivity of the land." So the good news is, you can come right over here and just look at the interlinear and see it says, and Jonathan, son of Gershom, son of Moses, and you get to see some unique or a unique thing. Nowhere ever have I ever seen anything else that's like this in Hebrew. So you'll see 4 Hebrew letters. I'll just say it I would say the English equivalents for each one. So the far right letter is the M, in between is the N, in between that is the S, and the last letter is the H. So without the N that's suspended above the line, it would just be Masha, and with the N it makes it Manasha. And in English it translates to Moses without the N, and with it would be Manasseh. But we're going to come down to something that's very beneficial. So at the bottom of this page, they have some beneficial information. So this is a study Bible, by the way. So it says, for verse 30, the suspended noon appears to have been an ancient scribble insertion to alter the name Moses to Manasseh. And it tells you to go see this cross-reference in that particular book or wherever that's at. And I think that's all for that. Yeah, then it goes into some other stuff. So that's beneficial because it is a controversy behind this verse, and I pointed out in almost every review I do now since I found out. In my opinion, from all the information, that should be Moses and not Manasseh. Some translations say Moses, some say Manasseh, but in my opinion, they all should say Moses. But let's move on. So I'm in 1 Kings 15. I'm going to read verses 1 through 2 and 8 through 10. And I found some more information that I've never found before until today. And this is beneficial for everybody, especially those who want to take their studies deeper. I'm going to show you after I read verses 1 and 2. So over here, we're just going to read the English. So it says, "In the 18th year of the reign of Jeroboam, son of Nebat, Abijah," and it has an O next to it, we'll check that out, And then it says, Abijah became king of Judah, and he reigned in Jerusalem 3 years. His mother's name was Maacah, daughter of Abishalom. And it has a P next to that. So that, let's go see what that means down here. So this is extra beneficial for people who want to go deeper in their studies. So it says, down where it says P2, not P2, where it says, it says, some Hebrew manuscripts and Septuagint. See also 2 Chronicles 12:16. Most Hebrew manuscripts Abijam, also in verse 7 and 8. So remember above, when it said Abijah, some Hebrew manuscripts say Abijam. So it's a variant there in the spelling in Hebrew, but of course in English, you will never see it. I'm curious, what does it say in the Hebrew here for Abijam? Okay, here's Abijam. I'm sorry, y'all. So here's Abijam. Now, there is spelled with an M, and they have Abijam here. So we get to see the variant, but we only get to see one Hebrew manuscript, and this one is showing Abijam spelled with the M. The other, I don't know which Hebrew manuscripts they're referring to that has the variant that's spelled with an H. We don't get to see that today, but at least we got to see one, so hey, you know what I mean? So, let's go and look at, I hope I gave y'all all the information I'm supposed to give y'all, but let's go and look at, verses 8 through 10. Get ready to get that page open, you know what I mean? Alright, so 8 starts right up here, so let's get that in here. So it says, and Abijah rested with his fathers and was buried in the city of David. And Asa his son succeeded him as king. In the 20th year of Jeroboam, king of Israel, Asa became, I'm going to try to hold this camera steady, y'all. I'm the cameraman, y'all know. In the 20th year, I'm going to start over at 9. In the 20th year of Jeroboam, king of Israel, Asa became king of Judah, and he reigned in Jerusalem 41 years. Perfect. His grandmother's name was Maacah, daughter of Abishalom. They got that. They did it right. Now over here we get to see the Hebrew for mother of him, but this is the word that I be talking about when I be like, in Hebrew, mother and grandmother is the same word. The some people say im, but the im or the can mean grandmother or mother. As you can see, it says mother of him, but it's his grandmother. So they translated that perfectly. I don't got any issues with the translation because it's correct. No problem there. But some translations do say that that's his mother, and it's confusing because, yeah, I'm not even gonna go over all that, but I go over this in all my other reviews. So let's just say they got it right. Let's move on. So I have something surprising to share with y'all. So this is Psalm 145. Some Bibles have this and some Bibles don't. But this Bible not only has it, it has the Hebrew and English for it as well, if I'm not mistaken. So this is an extra benefit, and this is the only Bible I've ever seen that has it. If other Bibles have it, I have not seen it yet. But this is the first one I've seen that has it. So we're going to check it out. So on Psalm 145, we're going to look at the missing verse that they restore back to the text, and the Hebrew and the English also. So let's find it. So let's see. Verse 13, right about here. So in verse 13, we're going to look at it. It says, your kingdom is an everlasting kingdom, and your dominion endures through all generations. And here's the missing verse right under it. It says, the Lord is faithful to all his promises and loving toward all he has made. And then he goes into 14. Okay, so when we come down, it has information on the missing verse. And then it goes down to right here, that part I highlighted. So this is the unique thing, or a unique thing. It says, the NIV reads, with the MSS for manuscripts and versions listed above in the footnote for in, and it shows you the Hebrew and the translation under it. And I love it. I've never seen this anywhere else. So if y'all want to take time and read all of that, y'all can. I'm not even going to read it. I'm so happy it's in here. Because I've always seen translations with the missing verse restored in English, but I've never seen any show me the Hebrew from the manuscripts that they got it from. So I got to get this book is credit, and of course the people who helped put it together, Kohlenberger, man, whoever had a hand in it, ultimately God, but man, that's amazing just to have it there instead of trying to track it down, all that. So I'm thankful. So anyway, I have nothing else really to show y'all in this book. I mean, I don't think it's any maps, and no, it's no maps in the back. I don't think anything's back there, but and I didn't want to read the information in the beginning of the book. So that's my review for this book. I mean, it's a unique book. I didn't know that this book was so unique, but as I did the review, as time went on, it got better and better. And I mean, I've had this book for a while. I haven't looked through it and like read from it as much, but every now and then I would go in it, but I didn't know it was this good. It's a unique book. I hope more books will put the information that it has at the bottom in it in other places, in other books, but so far this is the only one that I know that has it. I have other interlinear Bibles. I don't know if it's in any of them, but anyway, peace be to the saints. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Have y'all ever seen this in any other Bibles? The missing verse showing the Hebrew and English for Psalms 145:13. Like, I've seen it in English, but never have I seen the Hebrew for it. So that's pretty deep. That's pretty interesting for a nerd like me. So, I'm out of here, y'all. Peace be to the saints. That is pretty unique to me. I was surprised. Like, the more and more I was doing this review, I got surprised over and over and over, and that was the biggest surprise. And the review got better and better and better. It's rare that a review gets better and better like that to me, but this review was getting better and better. So anyway, I'm out of here, y'all. Peace be to the saints.